What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Boleros. Sam here with the Sultan of Sando, Mr. Gab Lim, and the Prophet himself, Mr. Maui Yap. What's up, guys?
Ang daming basketball no weekend. Took me the whole weekend to finish all of it.
Marami. Pero at least exciting. I think worth it games over the weekend. Can we say that?
I do want to thank the San Beda Red Lions and the LaSalle Green Archers for not giving us a good replace game so that I don't have to go back and watch that shit.
Alam ko kung ano sasabihin mo eh. But yeah, I'm sure you guys know it from the title already. We're going to talk about the Asia Basket NSAC College Campus Tour. Haba talaga ng pangalan na yun. Today, which was won by the UST Growling Tigers. So UST going 7-0. Tama ba, Gab? Yun yung nasabi mo. Going 7-0 throughout the entire Asia Basket NSAC Campus Tour. And winning the championship. Ang laki ng trophy, Maui. I think that was one of the things that you called out. Kailangan na ata 2 tao to carry that trophy. And I think si Navs posted something about the trophy then and how big that trophy is. Shout out to everyone listening on our live stream. Please comment down below your thoughts, questions, reactions to the NSAC College Campus Tour. Let's talk about UST, how they got there, beating LaSalle in the semis in overtime. That was an interesting game. And then beating NU in the finals. NU, I think, led by as many as 12 points early in the game, but UST bounced back in the second half, beating NU. Gab, let's talk about UST. How is UST this good despite losing a ton of star players? Fortsky Padrigao, Nick Caballero, sama mo na si Kyle Paranada. And they're still good, so solid.
Star si Kyle Paranada.
Yeah, sama mo na nga si Kyle Paranada. Star in his role. Star in his role.
First off, I do want to say, yung mahilig ba ang UST sa overtime game sa Eagle Gym? Diba? This is now the fourth overtime they played at Blue Eagle Gym. Ano ba meron?
And wala pa bang talo? Or tama ba?
I don't think they've lost yet at Blue Eagle Gym.
Right?
Diba? So,
home court nila yun eh.
Palitan mo na ng UST Gym, hindi Blue Eagle Gym.
So I think if you're UST, you should request the host, FEU. Let's have more games at Blue Eagle. Mukhang may swerte. We have not been beaten yet in the renovated Blue Eagle Gym. But yeah, how is UST this good, Sammy? To answer that question, number one has to be Colin Akowe. The guy is just a beast. And I would say his game has expanded a little bit. He's added a 3-point shot. Started the finals, this game against NU, with a 3. What? Yung siguro sabi niya,
mukhang may green light eh. Mukhang may green light.
May green light. Honestly, that's pretty good for development. If he can develop into a stretch big to go along with his interior presence, that would be big time. But yeah, Colin Akowe was amazing for these 2 games. Just the rock that UST needed. Again, he's gonna be option 1A/option 1B for UST upcoming season. A lot of offense is gonna run through him, and he's the reason why they've been so good. And you notice that he just racks up numbers. He's not the most athletic guy. He's not the quickest guy, but he dominates. Whenever he gets it inside the paint, he just dominates. And siguro a shout out has to go, especially to that LaSalle game, has to go to Amiel Acido. I think theory ko lang, I think he's pushing Boleros. Kasi we called him out eh. This happens. We call out a player and suddenly they improve. It's not a coincidence. I don't think it's a coincidence. We called out VJ Pre after his horrible first 2 games in NSAC. Then suddenly he balls out his the rest of the way, it's not a coincidence. Si Amir Acido yung nanonood ng Boleros yan. I criticized him after their first game in Phil Oil against the UP Fighting Maroons where he did next to nothing. And in this game, he was doing near everything, especially when Mark Llemit got ejected. And it was a close game. LaSalle made a run in that fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
And every LaSalle basket, especially in that fourth, was answered by Amiel Acido 3, a baseline shot, a layup, a 3-point play. He had the bag. And Amiel Acido, this is the one, this is the player I'm looking for from you. Diba? When they went up against UP just last week, it was all Mark Llemit and he needed another option from the perimeter to create. Amiel Acido was nowhere to be found, but in this game, especially against LaSalle, in that fourth quarter, you saw the upside. You saw what UST could be if Amiel Acido is this type of guy. Kasi he's a walking mismatch, to be honest. He's already a dead-eye shooter. You add his off-the-dribble game, his ball creation, his handles to enable him to attack the basket. Guards are gonna have a hard time defending him because he's big and long. Big guys are gonna have a hard time defending him and because quicker than bigger guys. You saw that when he went on a fast break against C. Mason Amos. You took advantage of his foot speed. So this was awesome. How many did he have? I think he had 27 points. Tama ba? So,
33.
33 nung semis.
Sorry. I think he had 19 in the finals, 33 in the semis. That's 52 total points in 2 games. That is amazing. And you hope to see that from Amiel Acido going forward. And especially if Mark Llemit is going to play the way he played in the finals. And that big four of Akowe, Crisostomo, who also had a terrific game against LaSalle, Acido, and Mark Llemit, that's going to be a deadly combination. I want to give a shout out also to Jello Crisostomo. I think he had 2 points and 2 rebounds at the half, and then finished with a near triple-double. That is crazy. I think he played the entire second half and overtime. He was all over the court. He was hitting clutch threes. And just an amazing performance from Jello Crisostomo. And I do want to give a shout out to Moore Alaw. Because he started this game, hit his only 3. Hit his first 3.
The first 3, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the first 3 of the game, he was subbed out. He played, I think, a minute or 2 in the third quarter. Didn't play much.
Nung start nung third, yung starters ulit pinasok.
And then he was never seen from again until overtime, and he had 5 straight points and a steal on Jacob Cortez. To essentially,
although hindi na shoot ni Crisostomo yung free throws, was it Crisostomo? I forget, but yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Crisostomo. He ended up not finishing that, but he made crucial plays in overtime. So shout out to a revenge game from Moore Alaw against the team he started with.
3 years in the making.
3 years in the making. He's been in 4 UAAP schools. Kinalahati na niya ang UAAP. So
The Dennis Schroeder of the UAAP.
Dennis Schroeder of the UAAP. So I'm happy for him. I do hope he gets some run in the upcoming season. I mean, he's been waiting a long time for this. On the LaSalle side, Jacob Cortez was amazing. How many?
Clutch.
He had that hesitation move to get a right-handed layup and a 3-point play. He had that Euro step and he stopped on his second step, and I think si Kirk Cañete, you flew by him and then he hit that shot off the glass. He had that 3 from the corner, from the wing. He was amazing. But ang patalo talaga si Earl Abadam. I don't know if you guys saw this.
Yes! Nasa notes ko yan. Yung free throw ni Akowe.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sige, kwento mo.
Picture, it was 93-91. LaSalle was up by 2. I think with 9 seconds left. Salle was up
Onti
by
na lang.
2. They fouled Collins Akowe. 2 free throws. He missed the first.
And Akowe was like, before taking those free throws, was like roughly 50-60% for the game,
Yeah.
diba? So, high chance na he's gonna miss.
Yeah, he missed the first free throw. But Earl Abadam, I don't know if it was called a lane violation. He didn't enter
Lane
the
violation
lane, but he faked the jump, Sammy. Yun yung ginawa
Yeah.
niya. He faked jumping. So parang ginugulat niya si Collins Akowe.
Alam mo na, typical pick-up game. Alam mo yun, yung ginugulat mo yung ng free throw sa pick-up game. Typical move sa pick-up game. Pero nahuli siya ng ref. And tinawagan siya ng lane violation.
I'm not really sure if it was a lane violation or whatever violation.
Kasi why would he have to retake the free throw? Then I assume it's a lane violation, diba? I think that's why he was arguing. Nasabi niya, hindi naman ako tumapak sa line eh. Gumanon lang ako eh. Yun yung ina-argue niya eh.
I think what makes it worse is first free throw siya nung ginawa niya.
Yeah. First free throw. No UST player was there beside
Yes!
him.
Kaya siguro siya nahuli eh, no? Yeah, yun yung nasa notes ko. Yun yung nagpatalo actually. So when he retook the first free throw, he made it. Si Akowe, diba?
And then made the second. So the game was tied. Jacob Cortez missed the potential game-winning three at the other end. This should never have gone into overtime. Because Earl Abadam, what are you doing? That was it. I mean, in overtime, more aloe happened. Acido continued to hit shots, and that was it.
All UST
put it
nung
away.
overtime.
All UST. I gotta give a shout out to Mason. Their lineup of putting Mason at center, stretching out the floor, forcing Collins Akowe to go on the perimeter work. The
Akowe stopper.
The Akowe stopper, Mason.
According to Collins Akowe himself.
So that lineup worked for Coach Topex Robinson. And again, I even against Collins Akowe, they are not willing to put in Moku. So that just tells you all you need to know how big his role is or how small his role is going to be for the upcoming season. Even against the biggest guy in the UAP, Coach Topex is still, we're playing small. And that's how they got close in this game. They shot a lot of threes. They hit a lot of threes. Gotta give a shout out to Boleros Marasigan. First game back from a long, lengthy injury absence. And he fights and gets thrown out. Classic. You cannot write this. Boleros Marasigan, first game back, getting thrown out. Fighting with a rookie. Diba? Nonetheless, fighting with a rookie. But effective. He got 3 UST players thrown out with him.
1 for 3. Efficient. Efficient siya. Isang Lasal player lang versus 3.
Si Mark Llemit pa yung isa, di ba?
Yeah.
Si Mark Llemit pa yung isa. And si Koji pa na floor. Si
And
Evan
Calum?
Yeah,
Calum.
And Calum. But getting Mark Llemit thrown out with him, when Mark Llemit was not even the game, that was some a crazy move by Boleros Marasigan. Shout out to you, Boleros. I've missed you. Next
level gaming. Next level gaming by Boleros. Nung initially nga, akala nung commentator, and akala ko din it was Pablo, diba? Kasi parang si Pablo yung nakikiusap, yung parang humarap kay Cañete, but it was obviously Boleros during the replay. To the 3 guys from UST, they cleared the bench. That's an automatic thrown out penalty. So sucks for them. But why did they clear the bench? Yeah, Maui. Anything to add from the siguro Lasal UST game before we move on to the UST NU finals?
Yeah, I think yung margin of error ng Lasal is a lot smaller. A lot of their games have been nail-biters. I think si Gab mentioned this on our group chat. And I think it boils down to them getting rebounds. If you've been watching a lot of Lasal during the off-season, they really need to gang rebound. And this game, they were out rebounded 48-37, which never happens or happens only on a rainy day when si Mike Phillips was here. I like how they were able to adjust. Di ba? I never imagined them to play Amos at the 5 and to trust him. Apparently, si Collins Akowe gave them the blueprint, going on another podcast, on Nav's podcast, and saying si Amos is the best post defender he's faced here in the Philippines. But yeah, I think Lasal really has a smaller margin of error. Both them and UP, I would say, who UP was upset by NU. I don't think they have a bigger advantage as they did maybe in previous seasons, and I think that bodes well for the whole UAAP in general. I thought that Jacob Cortez played a pretty good game, facilitating first. I think that's been the theme for Jacob Cortez during the off season. Be a facilitator first, try to get some guys going and take over in late games. He was brilliant doing both. It's just that they weren't able to stop More-Alao. Acido was out of his mind during this game. I think this is probably his best game as a senior player for UST. 33 points on 13 of 17 shooting, just flawless during this game. Only yung free throws niya. If you were to nitpick, I think yung free throws niya is the only thing that you can nitpick during this game, which we'll get into later because in the finals, it was a completely different story. I love what I saw with Makalalag. I think Makalalag is gonna be a big player for LaSalle this coming season. It's gonna be his out of position rebounding, his corner 3-pointers, him being that secondary playmaker. I think si Marasigan will be a bigger player. If there's an indication that LaSalle is willing to run plays for other players, I think that isolation play for Dungo during the end of this game was an indication. Si Gab was spot on telling us on our group chat that was a play that they used to run for Marasigan, and I think si Marasigan will have a bigger usage this coming season. That was a good tryout or warm up for him yung second half of the season last year. I think he will have to be aggressive on both ends of the floor. Grab some rebounds, play some great defense, bring some energy, and become that secondary shot creator. Silang dalawa ni Makalalag, I think will play that role. But yeah, UST is, after losing those 2 straight fail-all games, UST is on another level. And I think a lot of it has to do with Crisostomo being a versatile guy. The game against Ateneo and Lasal, he was close to a triple-double in those 2 games. I think if Crisostomo can be effective in a multitude of ways, not just in scoring, but rebounding, playmaking, playing defense, I think USC is in a very good position because Llemit and Acido look like they are ready to get the ball in their hands. Both guys are effective as slashers. Both guys are effective as ball handlers, and I think that the finals, that the playoffs during the NSAC was a very good tryout for them becoming their top playmakers. Secondary to them, to Colin Akowe being the first option. If I were a UST fan, I would be very optimistic of what's to come. I would forget, I would even say to forget the 2 losses, the loss against LaSalle and UP during the Phil Oil tournament. I'm excited to see how they bring this to the upcoming Phil Oil tournament. I mean, the rest of their Phil Oil games and then maybe the UAAP season. They have a lot of firepower. I think that's what we learned here in NSAC.
Yeah, I
I
agree, Gab.
I do want to answer this question that by Wood 3029. I do think it's a bit of both.
Mm-hmm.
If you watched our episodes last off season, I was talking about a guy like Mark Llemit when Padrigao and Cabanero were not in the lineup in Phil Oil or in Pinoy Liga or in Asia Basket. Mark Lemmit would score 20 points a game, automatic. Because the ball would be given to him, his hands. See, Acido is the one that I was looking for more because last season, kahit wala si Cabanero, kahit wala si Padrigao, he wouldn't handle the ball. He wouldn't do the thing that he was doing in this game against LaSalle. He was merely just a spot up shooter. And so I guess that's two things that worked in their favor. One, they improved, and second, yeah, a lot of usage opened up. See, Acido was doing things I have never seen him do. He was coming off screens, off the dribble threes, step back threes, uh, running pick and roll, then driving hard to the right, getting a bunch of 3-point plays. Um, just stuff I never thought he was capable. Well, I knew he had the skills based on his high school time at Perpetual, but never would I thought that he would take this leap. Well, I was expecting he would take this leap. Earlier last week, I didn't see it, but now that he's doing it, I hope it continues because that's the big four: Crisostomo, Acido, Llemit, and Akowe. This is what these are the four that are gonna carry UST for the upcoming season. Whether a point guard will join them remains to be seen, but I think these are the four.
Yeah. Just to add to the answer, I agree with what you said. I think it's a little bit of both. Last off season, we talked about Jello Crisostomo as one of the most improved guys. I think it was last off season when he started showing yung improved 3-point shot niya din. So I think this is sort of yung trajectory din ni Jello Crisostomo and Mark Llemit. I think Acido was a bit more of a surprise improvement, I guess, for this off-season. Akowe naman, to be fair to him, he came in late last off-season and he had to do a bit of catch-up, even trying to lose weight during the start of, a few weeks before the start of the season. So I think just more practice time for Akowe and just getting some more time in the off-season with the team has helped him a lot. So yun. Thanks for that question. I do have some random... go,
I
Maui.
want to say lang din, Sam, regarding that. I think it's a huge testament to the training staff also of UST. Diba? Kasi if you follow these players, maybe si Acido was a star nung high school and just translated finally. But si Llemit, diba, wasn't even a guard or a forward nung, I mean, he was a big man nung high school.
Big man.
The center.
Yeah.
He was a center. If you watch Crisostomo 2-3 seasons ago, I mean, he was just a roll man. And now he can do a lot of things, so many things on the floor. So huge, I think huge testament, huge credit to the training staff of the trainers of these guys. They've really upped their game. I think Crisostomo and maybe Acido have the potential to, don't burn me for this, have the potential to be future Gilas players if they continue on this trajectory, just because they have the size.
Okay, we have another good question from Fran Lu over here. Where do you rank this UST veteran core if there will be a list of UAAP teams in terms of their veterans? I feel UST has the second best vet core behind DLSU, slightly better than UP. I wanna say NU. Malakas din yung vets ng NU eh. Humamoy,
FEU.
Palasielo,
They're
FEU,
starting
o nga, no?
five.
Konate. Basically, hindi, starting 4.
I think tama naman si Fran Lu here. LaSalle is number one. I mean, their vets have been around and won 2 championships already. I think it ranks number one. Number 2, I would not UST. I would put FEU there. I think this FEU team, and we've talked about them for weeks.
They have the MVP, the reigning MVP.
They have the MVP, and they look
The
really
best players,
good.
not even the reigning MVP, bro.
Yeah, and Mokopa is just on another level. So maybe FEU over UST for me.
Yeah, but ako I would say it's crazy that they are in the argument, diba, right now. That's how good they have been. Yun lang.
Sam, yung random notes.
Yeah,
I
just
do have some
random
notes.
random notes. UST beat LaSalle in the Blue Eagle gym. I did mention last time when Ateneo lost to UST, they lost in the Enrique Razon gym. So sabi ko, 'di ba, last time may curse, hindi masyado magaling maglaro yung Ateneo sa LaSalle gym. I think may curse din for LaSalle losing to UST in the Blue Eagle gym. Kirk Cañete, I like how this guy is very fearless. I think there was nung start of the game, kind of got bumped by Jacob Cortez, stood up, tried to confront Jacob Cortez, tapos inawat siya ni, I forget who it was. I think it was Crisostomo or someone else. And then later on, during an inbounds play, he gave Jacob Cortez a little bump, which
So that wasn't a little bump.
it wasn't a little bump. It was a big bump. Gave Jacob Cortez a bump. Refs did not see that, so Jacob Cortez gave him a bump, which the refs caught. So that gave Jacob Cortez his third foul. So that got him into foul trouble. Had to sit down. So Kirk Cañete, I saw that. I love that about him. The rook trying to get in the head of Jacob Cortez. You talked about yung Boris Marasigan coming back, getting thrown out, and si Moore Alaw. Si Coach Coach, nakalimutan ko na tuloy. Si Coach ng Pido Harencio, Coach ng UST, all smiles, laughing. Parang rare for me to see Coach Pido laughing like that with the refs. Pati kay Moore Alaw, I think when Moore Alaw hit 5 straight points and got that
Nagmano
steal.
pa si Mura.
Diba? Nakita mo rin yun? So, after he got that steal, tinawag niya si Moore Alaw. He was laughing to si Moore Alaw was like, yes po, yes po, yes po, coach, yes po. So, that was a funny moment for me. Gab, random notes.
Well, you mentioned most of them, but highlight of the game was Doy Dungo. I don't know if you guys caught this. He brought the ball up the court, called for an isolation.
ISO.
UST rookie Charles Esteban. Give him a between the legs wide Iverson crossover to a step back three, and Charles Esteban lost his footing, almost broke his ankles, attempted to recover, and gave Doy Dungo a 4-point play.
Which he made,
happened,
by the way.
Which he made. When that happened, napasigaw ako. Wow! Wow! Well, that was a highlight.
Napagano na lang si si Esteban, parang what do I do?
Welcome to the UAAP moment. And I'm sure nag-abot sila sa UST. I'm half sure. Baka Doy Dungo is in his third year. Si Esteban is in his first year. So dapat nag-abot sila sa UST when Doy was playing for UST in high school. So, welcome to the UAAP, Rook. From
That was
Doy
crazy.
Dungo.
Okay, sige, moving on. Let's talk about the championship, UST versus NU. Another close game, I think. Another competitive game. UST pulling away. Didn't really pull away, pero medyo built their lead in the end. Gab, take us through this game naman sa finals.
Yeah, NU threw the first punch, courtesy of Reinhard Humamoy and Mac Alfanta. I think Alfanta scored 6 of the first 10 points. Then Humamoy, #free reign. Let's go. Humamoy caught fire, scored 10 straight points, had 10 of the first 20 of UST. And a bit sluggish. I mean, it was a back-to-back for UST coming off an overtime game against LaSalle. But as soon as the bench came in, as soon as Mark Llemit came in, the tide turned. And I expected this because Mark Llemit, as we said, was thrown out of the LaSalle game. So coming into this finals game, he had the freshest legs of them all. He did not play for half of the semi, so he was fresh to come in this finals. Yeah, but as soon as he entered, he brought UST back. He cut the lead. He cut that double-digit lead of NU to single digits. Kept just creeping closer and just attacking the basket at will. That's what impressed me the most. He was handling the ball in traffic, in the paint, and getting to his right hand and finishing over and over again, getting 3-point plays. He was amazing, and he I think he was the one when NU was trying to come back in that fourth quarter. I think they cut the lead to 7 or 8. Dagger three from the corner from Mark Llemit to seal this victory. He deserved that Finals MVP because he was amazing. He from start to finish, he was the guy. And again, he is gonna be option 1A/1B alongside Colin Akowe for UST. And you saw it here. His bag has just expanded. Mid-range, 3-point shots, getting to the basket, running pick and roll, creating offense for others, creating opportunities for others. It's his time now. And also, and credit to him, he gets the main assignment on defense. He's their defensive stopper. He was that already for the past 2 seasons. And now he is the number one option on offense plus the number one option on defense against perimeter guys. So Mark Llemit was awesome. That third quarter by UST turned the tide. Honestly, I think it was a 3-point game at halftime. NU was up, and then the third quarter happened, and UST just went on a wild run. I think they forced how many turnovers? They got so many fast break layups. I'm sure Coach Jeff Napa was livid with this team because ang kalat nila ng third quarter. They couldn't make anything. They were not executing. Legit Coach Jeff Napa went, I think, throughout his whole lineup, just finding answers of anyone who could give him
something.
Give him something, some form of proper execution because they were getting blasted by UST in that third quarter. So it was I think a 4-point lead at the half for NU. They ended in the middle of towards the end of the third quarter. It was already a double-digit lead by UST, just over and over again, turning the ball over, leading to fast break points. Again, Mark Llemit was in the thick of things. Their defense. Jello Crisostomo was converting, and si Acido finally came alive after a silent first half. And that was it. Fourth quarter, just NU trying to cut down that lead until that dagger Mark Llemit three from the right corner. Great win by UST. Humamoy was good in the first half. I think at 15 in the first half and 7 assists. I think what a line in the first half. But was quiet in the second half. Si PJ Palacelo did not play much. I'm guessing a little bit of rest also from the big game that they had against San Beda the previous day. But NU just didn't have enough at the end to stop the UST Growling Tigers.
Yan ang comment, bro.
Lamang NU, 7 halftime. Nag-hotdog lang ako sa labas.
Alam ko lamang NU.
Pagbalik ko, tambak na.
Nagkalat eh. Sobrang nagkalat yung NU nung third quarter. I'm sure kung may Starbucks tumbler si Jeff Napa nung third quarter na yun, binasa niya yun. Tinapon yun somewhere.
Wala atang Starbucks sa Blue Eagle Gym pero may hotdog naman. So baka pwede siya magtapon ng hotdog. Na hotdog show sila. Sorry, I'm just going back to one of the comments about Mark Llemit. Mark is like the second coming of Jojo Duncil. Do you agree, Gab? Or if not, what's the ceiling for a guy like Mark Llemit? Any comparisons?
I think he's even better because Jojo Duncil was not a defensive stopper. Mark Llemit is. Diba? He was the guy being
that's his bread and butter.
Yeah, he was the guy being put on JD Kagulangan in season 87. He was the guy being put on Harold Alarcon in season 88. No, he was being cooked by Harold Alarcon in season 88, but he was the guy being tasked to do that. So you obviously have the trust of Coach Pido. He's gonna get big minutes, and the ball is just gonna go to him every time he's there. Again, he didn't come off the bench against La Salle, I think, but he did come off the bench for majority of their preseason games. Again, just to have that playmaking from their bench unit, just have that that option yung on their bench unit, and I think that's going to be the case. Whenever he's on the court, he's going to get the ball. I think Jojo Jones is going to be was a better shooter again, but he didn't shoot that many threes. But
Back
Mark
then.
Lemmit is on his way. I think he's better.
Yep. May isa pang comment. Si Humamoy nataranta sa ingay ng kakarampot na UST crowd. Okay. Any news about Hamburger? I think it was in the lineup.
Yeah, I actually had this comment. We didn't see any Hamburger minutes.
Travis ba? Tama ba?
Pinoy.
Travis Hamburger?
Yeah, si Travis. Siya yung nag-send ako sa'yo when they put out the lineup. I said, who the hell is Travis Hamburger? Also, what a name!
What a name. What a name. Travis Hamburger. Okay, Maui. Your notes from the finals.
Yeah, actually, ganda nung sinabi mo, Sam. Because I was just about to say, what is the ceiling of a Mark Lemmit? We get a lot of comments from KBL, B-League on the guards. And the number one thing that I have noted throughout the years is that the guards do not know how to defend man-to-man. And I think si Mark Lemmit has that advantage because as you mentioned, Gab, we just talked about, his bread and butter is actually defense. But this offense is the one that's surprising us. Started to surprise us last offseason, becoming more consistent this season. I think it's one of the main reasons why they decided, I think the UST coaching staff has decided to put him off the bench. Because if he comes off the bench, he will be the de facto number one option. Diba? He will not be wasted when they try to get Akowe going during the start of the game and relegate him to the corner. He will get the ball in his hands. He will get chances to score. I like his aggressiveness, getting 11 free throws in 15 attempts. As you mentioned, Gab, he gets to the rim at will. And I think we talked about the development of a KQ. I don't want to say that si Llemit is KQ. But I think the development of Mark Lemmit from the high school ranks to the senior ranks is something that a lot of people will have to study because he has really translated yung game niya to becoming probably a shooting guard. I don't know if I can transition to the point guard slot. He has very good size at 6'3". He plays defense hard, but I would even go to say that he's a better Jerry Abadiano because he has more tricks in his bag. He's not just an outside shooter anymore. He can create a shot consistently. He can get to the free throw line consistently. I think UST has to do a better job of not getting him into foul trouble. So I don't know if he will defend the best players during the first half in the UAAP, but the development of Mark Lemmit, if Acido can continue to develop like his compadres Crisostomo and Llemit, I think this guy will be the second coming also of Dylan Ababu in the UAAP. He could be an MVP candidate in his final season because he is starting to develop his bag. He is starting to play make. Last season, we saw a little bit of play make. This season, this off-season, we're seeing him getting to the line a lot more, getting to the basket, scoring on all three levels, from the mid-range, from the paint, from the three-point line. Sana continues yung develop ng UST program because you can really see how these players have started to play better. I think a lot of it is really development, not just them getting more usage, because we saw them really develop their games even when Padrigawo and si Caballero was still there. I think during this game they showed yung resiliency nila. This will be a very good thing for them coming into next season because they lost a lot of games last season when they were leading, and if they can continue to be comeback kids, if they can continue to be this resilient, if they can continue to not let a double figure lead in the first half bother them, then UST could be that dark horse contender for next. I can't believe that I'm saying that after losing Padrigao and Caballero and even diba? Even si
Paranada.
Paranada, who was a very big part of their offense last year. So, yeah, I think they have a lot of potential. They could really surprise us. They have the best FSA. Diba? We've always said
Mhm.
the most important position is that FSA slot. And I think yung comment nitong isa is point guard. If
W-
Llemit and Acido can be, and even si Crisostomo can continue to play make, I don't think they need the point guard. Maybe they could do with the point guard who shoots good from the outside.
Oh,
Which is why more Allow keep shooting those threes, bro. Might just find some minutes. Again, same thing against yung in the Lasal game. He hit the first three. He hit his first three in this game.
may
So,
green light din si More Alaw. Actually, I was going to go here. So, na-mention ni Gab yung four guys, diba? Who are locks. Yung big four nila. Akowe, si Crisostomo, si Llemit, and then Acido. Who are you putting there as the other guard? Right now, after 7 games or 9 games if you count the Phil Oil, the 2 Phil Oil games, who are you putting there as a guard? Who's your main guard? Is it More Alaw? And the
Cañete.
3-point shooting, Cañete?
Cañete for me.
Ako rin so far. I think
Agree.
it's Cañete.
I think he's been impressive. He hasn't put up big numbers, but again, it's the same thing when Jared Bahay was a rookie. Kirk Cañete does not play like a rookie. He takes care of the ball. He sets up the offense. He's not, as you said, Sammy, he's not phased by the
Rattled.
moment.
Yeah,
Diba?
fearless.
He
Oo.
wasn't rattled. Diba? Sabi mo nga, hinarap niya si Jacob Cortez, drew the third foul on Jacob Cortez.
The best point
He-
guard.
Diba?
The
Best
UAP.
point guard in the UAP. And that's what you need. And he's a freshman. I think
You need balls.
See Donovan Sevilla, I'm sorry, he hasn't been impressive. He's a one and done. I don't think they should be prioritizing him. Si More Alaw probably is a better backup as a backup. But I think if you want to develop someone, and if you have four other guys you could go to an offense, he doesn't have to score a lot, doesn't have to do a lot on offense. He just has to defend and shoot. And Cañete can shoot. He can run the offense. He doesn't have to do all of the things that Llemit, Acido, and Crisostomo can do. He can just, be a solid point guard. He doesn't have to do it now as a freshman. But I think if you're UST, if you want to develop someone, especially that Waki Ludovici has chosen to go to LaSalle, I think they should prioritize si Cañete and just put him through the fire now. Diba? He's been impressive. Again, not huge numbers, but solid.
Solid.
He hasn't been bad. Diba? Again, we've said this. Rookie point guards are usually bad. Diba? They are bad. It takes a while to adjust, which is why we were very impressed by Jared Bahay. Because he wasn't bad. he was pretty solid as a starting point guard in the UAP. Same thing, I think, with Kirk Cañete. I think UST and Coach Pido should go to him as the starter.
Yeah, and I agree with you. Great for his development. Freshman siya. He's going to be the point guard. He could be the point guard of the future. So, get him some reps now. Yeah, just a final note or just to add to what Maui said. I think when we talked about Mark Lemmit's ceiling, you mentioned si KQ, yung development ni KQ from big man to like
Hindi
a
ko
wing
sinasabi,
sa. No, yeah. We're not
Weird.
saying we're saying yung development from
Mark
big man
Lemmet,
in the high
KQ.
school to the wing. I think a more recent one, Maui, si Jake Figueroa for me, who was also a big man in high school, MVP in high school, and finished the seniors as a wing, shooting threes, handling the ball last season. So if Jake Figueroa can make it to the KBL or the B League or the international leagues, I do agree with you. I think Mark Lemmet, given his size, his two-way potential, has some potential to make it abroad. Okay, random notes, Gab.
Collins Akowe gave 2 celebrations. He flexed on his former teammates, Curl Figueroa. I think
Ay, tayo.
he got an offensive rebound. Then
Tas
I think
end
dunked-
one? Yeah.
Yeah, and an N1 over Curl Figueroa and then flexed on him. And then, in the second half, he found a cutting Koji Benaflor for an easy layup and then gave the goggles celebration. So, I I love it when Collins Akowe does those celebrations. I mean, he has the mean streak. We all know this. May konting yabang din si Collins. So that was nice to see. There's obviously, kahit wala si Overjohn, there's obviously still beef between Collins Akowe and the NU Bulldogs.
NU.
Every screen that Collins Akowe set, low-key, tinitina ni Reinhardt Umamoy. Or tinatry niya i-trip si Collins. There were a couple of times this happened. He wasn't called for a foul, but he was definitely yung ginugulangan niya si Collins Akowe. So, there is definitely still some beef. And I hope to see more of this NU UST matchup. Si Omar Jan yung sayang kasi siya yung madalas na biggest trash talker kay Collins Akowe. And they trash talk each other every time they match up. I don't think si Mo Dizan is that. I think he's a very low-key, quiet kind of guy. So, but the other dudes, the other NU vets, they definitely have something to say all the time. To say or something to do with Collins Akowe.
Baka naman pagod lang.
Hindi lumabas for pre-game handshake si Collins. Baka pagod lang, Maui. I think maganda yung sinabi mo about Collins. Also yung playmaking, yung doing the goggles. I think nung Lasal game din, I thought it was funny. He brought down the ball like a couple of times. Not just once. It happened like multiple times. I was like, what are you doing? But it seemed like it was okay with Coach Pido. Binababa niya. Meron pa nga siyang play na parang binaba niya, pinasa niya, and then binalik sa kanya, touch pass to, I think it was Crisostomo. Crisostomo couldn't handle the ball. And he was so frustrated with Jello Crisostomo. He was like, ganda na nung pasa ko eh. Parang frustrated siya na he didn't get the assist. So, shout out to Collins and the vision. LeBron-like vision. Maui, any final notes from the championship game or on NU?
Yeah, I think on the NU side, I think si Diasana is finally looking better
Good
than
point,
he was
yeah.
early in the preseason. I think that's something that they can build on. And it looks like Gabby's right. Free reign talaga. It looks like Humamoy will be the 1A or number one option for NU. I'm still waiting for Francisco to be more consistent. I think si Palacielo was probably gassed nung finals, kaya he didn't play a lot of games. But I'm expecting also a big year for him. I think a lot of it has to do with his improved 3-point shot, which was the only basket he hit nung finals, coincidentally. But yeah, I think si Palacielo is somebody to watch out for. He's a bit too big for me right now. I think he will slim down, but the speed and power he will retain. A lot of good things to say about NU. I think they've been the biggest surprise for me so far during the preseason. I did not expect them to be this good without Figueroa. I won't even mention the other guys, diba sila Steve Nash or Manansala, but without Figueroa, I did not expect them to be this good. And I think si Mac Alfanta is also a guy to watch out for. He's really played himself into the rotation.
Still can't believe this guy is a rookie. I think this guy looks like a man. A big man. A big
he
boy.
looks like a man. And he's
No high school
slimmed
pa lang,
down.
diba? Yun yung joke natin, Gab. But yeah, he slimmed down. He looks good. Sorry, I just remembered two things. You mentioned si Paul Francisco. Was expecting a big game from him. Lagi siyang, he's also one of those preseason MVP, si Paul Francisco. So,
Naubos na yung Sam from the previous team.
From the
because
previous game.
He had a big
That's
game
true.
against San Beda.
San Beda. So, I was expecting a big game from him. He didn't. Baka napagod lang. Second, I am keeping tabs. This is the fourth straight off-season where NU has won second place, has lost in the finals. Remember, Pinoy Liga Cup in 2023, they lost to Ateneo. The following year, I think they lost to LaSalle. Last year, they lost to Adamson. So this year, sa Asia Basket naman, they lose to UST. So second straight off-season.
Runner-up din sila sa Philoil.
Runner-up. And runner-up din sa Philoil last year. Against UP. yeah, so the curse continues. All right, any final notes or takeaways before we
Yeah,
go?
I actually do. Going back to Lasal UST game, medyo naawa ako kay LeBron James dahil because he was the one tasked to guard Collins Akowe.
He started.
Yeah.
Yeah, he started
Grabe,
at
no?
center, pero it wasn't, he started, but it wasn't Mason guarding Akowe, the Collins Akowe stopper, supposedly. It was Daep. Tama ka dyan. Oo,
Medyo
tama.
naaawa ako sa kanya because Collins Akowe was just bodying him up, giving him elbows, and just he couldn't. Kawawa si LeBron James daep. Naawang-awa ako. Maybe it was to preserve guys like Mason and
Pablo.
Luis Pablo, but really, LeBron James he couldn't throw a Dominic Sarmiento to waste fouls on
Or si Kulang.
or si Mo Kulang if he just wanted to,
Talaga si Kulang.
uh, diba? to waste time and to waste fouls and just try to cover Collins Akowe. You couldn't go with the taller dudes on your roster. You really had to go with LeBron James daep. Sobrang naawa ko sa kanya. Another thing, I was surprised na medyo konti yung tao for the Lasal UST game. I thought it would have been a bigger draw. Even
True.
for the NU UST game, I thought it would have been a bigger draw. But from the TV screen, it looked like not a lot of people were watching the game.
I'm sure the LaSalle people, Ateneo people were expecting LaSalle versus Ateneo in this series.
Oh, I'm sure the Asia Basket organizers were hoping for Ateneo to go through and then face LaSalle. Diba? Last season, yung napuno nila yung
Moro Lorenzo, yeah.
Lorenzo, eh.
Tama. Oo daw.
Yep.
Diba?
Yep.
Very
Yeah, they
talaga?
were expecting that. Mhm.
They would have sold out. I mean, the
For
Ateneo UP
sure.
game was packed. Imagine
For
with
sure.
Ateneo LaSalle. Oh my God. So I was kind of surprised. We've glossed over it, but the San Beda NU game was fire. That was a really good game, diba? I think dun naubos ang NU. Si Palacelo naubos, si Paul Francisco who hit 2 big threes in that fourth quarter. I think na yung naubos din siya. Si Humamoy did great, and I do want to give a shout out. I know we don't talk about the NCAA much, but and I forgot to talk about this when they first matched up against LaSalle in the opening game of NSAC. I love this Dan Marcelo guy of San Beda. Diba? Grabe,
Legit.
Baka nasa UAP niyan.
Baka nga, pero I really love this dude. He's like I'm trying to think of a comparison. Parang si Monte Ellis, dati yung teammate ni Steph Curry. Di ba? He's lightning quick. Kung ikaw yung tumatao kay Dan Marcelo and you get caught in the screen, he will explode off of that screen so quick. He will either get to his pull-up three or just get to the basket, and he has hops. He can fly. I do recall in the fourth quarter against NU, he had 7 straight points. He hit 8 straight points. He had a off the glass fadeaway free throw line extended jumper. He hit he hit a off the dribble three yung from a screen. He hit a contested fadeaway three just to keep San Beda in the game. I love this guy. He eventually missed his last couple of threes to give San Beda the win, but I love this guy. I mean, he's been one. I think he made all tournament team, the Mythical Five, essentially, for this tournament, and I think deservedly so. He's been a very pleasant watch for me, for San Beda.
Siya yung teammate nung isang guard from LaSalle,
Yeah,
right?
si Irish Kokia. I think they both went to the same school.
I was gonna say maybe they got the wrong point guard.
I know!
This guy's so good!
He's so exciting to watch. I just love watching him. Tirador eh. Walang takot eh. Titira
Walang
lang.
takot. Yeah.
Walang takot eh si Dan Marcelo. So, I don't know how they're gonna play si Nigel Gonzalez the Dan Marcelo, we have si Mako Davao, and then si Penny Estacio pa. I know they have a Reyes guard also. So I don't know how Coach Julius Gat is gonna balance that guard rotation, but si another DLSU recruit. But si Dan Marcelo is amazing to watch. Other notes, NU almost gave away this game. To be honest, they had brutal turnovers. The most brutal was when they were up by 83 to 80. Reinhard Dumamoy picked up his fifth foul on an offensive foul. No one was around him. He just won his man. Yung siniko niya, it pushed off at half court. Got his fifth foul. Ran to the bench and then nag-death stare si Jeff Napa sa kanya. Legit, you could see Jeff Napa staring at Reinhard Dumamoy. Reinhard Dumamoy didn't even make eye contact. Went straight to the end of the bench. He knew he was gonna get it from Jeff.
I guess goodbye free reign.
Alam niya by experience. Alam niya by experience.
Oh. Do you want the slipper or the belt?
So that was funny. PJ Palacielo also had a brutal turnover. He was lucky that San Beda also turned it over. I think he was supposed to take a three. He passed it off the last moment. The pass got intercepted again. NU was trying to give away this game with a 3-point lead. Almost. But alas, yung mga shots ni Dan Marcelo did not go in. But good game from PJ. 22 points really took advantage of the lack of size of San Beda. But I think doon sila naubos. I think doon naubos si PJ nung game against San Beda.
Yeah. Great notes from Gab. Thank you to everyone listening to the show. That's it, I think, for today's episode. Stay tuned for more off-season coverage from Boleros. And also, watch out. We're doing an NBA episode the next day. We're going to do a back-to-back recording. We'll post the NBA episode the next day. We'll talk about the our reactions to the Western Conference Finals Game 7, Spurs winning over OKC, and a preview of the NBA Finals, Knicks versus Spurs. Stay tuned for that. We'll see you again next time. Don't forget, like, comment, share with your friends, subscribe if you haven't yet. Bye-bye.